When Cristiano Ronaldo gets going, he is unstoppable. 875 career goals, 140 goals in the Champions League, which is the record since the competition has existed. He also had 250 career assists. But Ronaldo did not have it easy in the last season in European football, which led to the fact that many called him finished. Which then brings the question, how good was Cristiano Ronaldo really in his prime? Ronaldo's story didn't start out the way you probably think. The only real reason he chose football was to escape poverty. He was born in Madeira, Portugal, and his father, José Denise, and mother, Maria Dolores, were so poor that they could never afford to buy even food. To escape it all, Ronaldo took to the streets to find a solution. And there he fell in love with this beautiful team game called football. That's how he was simply hooked. And for the next few years, he tried to develop his skills. Eventually, Ronaldo became so good that he was selected from the Sporting Lisbon squad to join their academy, which is one of the best in the world. And since then, teenager Cristiano has totally exploded. He got better and better with every match. But a visit from Manchester United in 2002 turned Ronaldo's life 180 degrees. The Red Devils were on a pre-season friendly tour in Portugal, where they played against Sporting Lisbon. And Ronaldo performed so well that the team knew the world. And the world-class team couldn't believe what they were seeing. United's then-manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, was so impressed that he reportedly stated after the match that there was no way he would leave without Ronaldo. Based on that, they concluded an agreement with Sporting. For $23 million, Ronaldo joined one of, if not the best team in the world at the time, Manchester United. Unlike the Ronaldo you are all used to now, he was completely different at the time. The numbers weren't top of mind for Ronaldo, as he was just trying to let the world-class defender literally eat the grass. Ronaldo started as a midfielder who moved across the width of the pitch, and his game at that time was all about tricks and tricks. In the first 2 seasons of the Premier League, he scored 9 goals and 8 assists in 62 matches, which doesn't exactly speak for top-level talent. But Ronaldo improved over time and started to add more productivity to his game. And the numbers began to appear too. In the 2005-2006 season, he scored 9 goals and 6 assists in 33 league games. He proved to the world that he is still trying to improve. In the 2006-2007 season, Ronaldo moved up another level. He reached double figures for the first time in his career with 23 goals and 14 assists in 53 games this season. And Ronaldo really cooked it back then. But we used to think so until Ronaldo started playing in the 2007-2008 season. And I have no doubts about that. That year, he simply broke all records. This season, Ronaldo broke the record for the number of goals in one Premier League season when he had 31. And he had 42 of those goals in all competitions. He was the top scorer in the Champions League, which he also won. And by the way, he scored in the final against the legend Petr Cech. Ronaldo thus added new superpowers to his game. He still had tricks and tricks in his collection of skills, but he added goals and assists to them, which meant that he was a complete streamer. He was so great this season that he was officially named Player of the Year and won his first Ballon d'Or. But the 2008-2009 season was not so successful for Ronaldo. He managed United to win the league, but then lost to Messi's Barcelona in the Champions League final. And here began the greatest football rivalry that lasted another decade. And it was clear to Ronaldo that if he wanted to reach the level he knew he could reach, it was time to change something and move somewhere again. And it couldn't come bigger than the biggest team in European and world football, Real Madrid. It wasn't a signing like any other, but they made it quite a show for several tens of thousands of people at the Bernabeu Stadium, because they paid $80 million for him at the time, making her the most expensive player in soccer history. His signature alone attracted attention from around the world. Madrid were trying to recreate their Galactico like in the early 2000s. And it was clear that Ronaldo would be the key player in this project, which means he got all the attention and was always in the center of the action. Still, Ronaldo didn't throw it away. In his first season in Spain, he scored 33 goals and 10 assists in 35 games. But he didn't win anything in Madrid then. On the contrary, Lionel Messi dominated in Barca, which led some critics to think he had reached his peak at United and would remain below it. And so Ronaldo decided to respond the following season by putting on a masterclass in the art of scoring goals. 40 goals in La Liga, the first player in history to do this. In Madrid, Ronaldo started scoring all kinds of goals. Shots from a distance, absolute bombs, tap-ins, headers, direct shots, penalty kicks. In short, he knew everything perfectly. Ronaldo finished the 2010-2011 season with 53 goals and 18 assists in 54 games. And don't take my word for it, I'm sure if you ask him what the best moment of this season has been, it's going to be this one. His header was the deciding goal in the Copa del Rey final, and it was also his first goal in La Classic. However, this season he started something that would define Ronaldo's career and ultimately change it completely. Ronaldo started out as a midfielder, but in his crazy years at United, he started playing more as a winger, where he was also able to establish himself more. He didn't quite follow what was happening behind him and was more to blame for the attacking side of his game. And he also came to Madrid with this expectation. But at Los Blancos, Ronaldo played 7 games as the main man up front and proved that he can comfortably attack from the 9 position when needed, and a real centerpiece is not available. In the 2011 to 2012 season under Mourinho, Ronaldo and Madrid finally conquered Spain. They won the league with 100 points, becoming the first team in the competition's history to do so. Ronaldo was on the rise and was performing out of this world. He finished this season with 46 goals in 38 games and crossed the 60-goal mark in all competitions for the first time in his career. In comparison, Haaland had 52 goals last season, and we all thought he was a total robot. This just shows the fact that Ronaldo and Messi were from completely different planets. But he wasn't the player who scored the most goals this season anyway. This award was won by his biggest rival, Lionel Messi. He scored 71 goals for Barca in all competitions. Messi also won the last 4 Ballon d'Or in a row at that time, but Ronaldo was capable of doing anything to end his streak. And in the following season, he again increased his performance by several levels. That year, he had the same number of goals as matches. He had an incredible 55 goals in 55 games. He also added several awards for his tricks, like when he scored a hat trick in the final World Cup qualifier to send his home country Portugal there. And at the end of this season, Ronaldo had this newborn baby, only the second of his career. However, after 4 years in Madrid, Ronaldo still couldn't get to that bigger title. And so in 2013 to 2014, he had a clear mission that he had to fulfill: to secure this coveted trophy and bring it home to Real Madrid. He had 17 goals in 11 Champions League games this season, the largest number in the entire history of football. But he still held the 50-goal mark in all competitions, meaning his level was still at its peak. But in the 2013 to 2014 season, something happened to Ronaldo that meant ignition. This happened to him in a match with Valladolid and was expected to be out for several weeks. But Ronaldo knew that if he stayed at home and recuperated, he would miss out on the Champions League and World Cup finals in the summer. So he decided to just play with the injury. And this decision changed his entire career. Ronaldo's doctors warned that if he continued to, which was supposed to take place in the summer, so he decided to just play with the injury. And this decision changed his entire career. Ronaldo's doctors have warned that if he continues to dribble and suffer more such injuries, he will have to end his career prematurely at worst. So instead of crushing his opponents, he decided to focus more on scoring goals. He played more as a striker than as a winger before, and his results have moved to a new level again this season. In the 2014-2015 season, in all competitions, Ronaldo scored 61 goals and provided 23 assists in 54 games. He had gotten so used to this position that he simply didn't want to change at all. Even so, after a season like this, and for his national team of Portugal, he no longer played in the back 6, but stuck firmly in the middle. Although he continued to operate on the wings at club level in Madrid, it was clear to everyone that he was more focused on goals. Which sounds really strange, when even before that, he scored 50 goals in a season. At the Euro the following year, he became Portugal's top scorer. Thanks to him, They also managed to win an international trophy for the first time in history. And wait until you hear this. 97 goals in 90 games. And on top of that, back-to-back Champions League. He has also become the best scorer of this European competition, and he also won the Golden Ball for the second time in a row. At the end of the 2017 to 2018 season, he completed triplet together with Real. They won the Champions League 3 times in a row, and he won the competition's top scorer award 3 times in a row. But that summer, he decided to leave. And he wanted to try a new challenge. That's why he moved to the Turin club in Italy, Juventus. And everything started to go downhill. He spent 3 seasons at Juve and scored 101 goals and 22 assists in 134 games. But he failed to get what they really wanted. Champions League. In 2021, he decided to return home, where it all began. But this decision turned out pretty bad, although he was the leader of United. And in his first season back, he scored 24 goals and 3 assists in 39 games. United didn't even manage to qualify for the Champions League. They fired the manager and at the same time, club legend Solskjaer. And a new Dutch supercoach arrived. Well, nothing. Anyway, Hag and Ronaldo never managed to establish a good relationship with each other. And then, at the turn of 2022 to 2023, he went on probably the most controversial podcast, where he totally trashed Manchester United, so he was fired. He decided to try something new again, and so he went to the Saudi Arab League, where he currently plays for Al Nassr. And when he moved there, everyone practically considered him finished, and that he ruined his career with this transfer. But he currently has 50 goals and 14 assists in 54 games. Sure, it's a different league than the ones he played in before, but even so, at 39 years old, he's still one of the forwards that scares all defenders. He has accomplished absolutely everything in his career, and he won a total of 33 trophies. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because we're going to 10,000 subscribers this year, and I'd really appreciate it.